A week ago we were calling foxes here. We saw half a dozen but only shot the one. Tonight our creature of the night vision Darren Rogers is joining us with his own NV setup, plus thermal. Roy Lupton's approach is old school. He's using the lamp. He and Darren will share the shooting, but first, we upset Roy last week suggesting he looked like he'd soiled himself. This was of course untrue, and we regret any upsets that we might have caused.
We've come back even after the barracking and the insults that I received on last week's Fieldsports Channel from David just because I was having a go about him not being able to drive a four-wheel drive. Yeah, bearing that in mind, we're meant to be going out foxing, but I think the main mission for tonight is going to see if we can knock David off the back of the Argo. So we'll see what happens, and we'll do that in between, hopefully shooting a fox or two.
Roy, Darren, Jim and David squeeze into the Argo Cat, with David hanging on for dear life, and turn into the field where we filmed the pair of foxes in the frost just a few days earlier.
What we're going to do now is we're going to use the electronic call, because it'll be a different call. Hopefully they'll respond to that and come back out. We're going to keep it completely covert, so we're just going to be using the IR, the infrared illumination. So David's going to enter spotter, and then hopefully Darren can hone in if they do come in and take the shot. So we'll start off the caller and hopefully we'll get one or two customers. Second one's in play still. Well done.
It proves that foxes will hold an area. It's worth revisiting spots where you see signs of fox.
They came straight out again from almost the same line. Came into the field, so we got the shots on those. And then we'll just leave the killer going for a little while longer and just see if we've got anybody else coming out. Well done. Well, thank you, Royston.
Before we pick them up, we see another set of eyes. It's a game of cat and mouse. The fence, the trees and an odd chap who is flicking a torch around the lane, plus backstop issues, means it is tough going.
That was a shame. We just went down to pick up the foxes that we just shot, and we saw another fox that was obviously coming in, and he just stopped in this field. We tried to get on him, but Darren couldn't get a clear shot because he was the other side of the fence, and then Darren just tried to edge into the fence line to get a shot on him again there, and he didn't like it anymore and decided that enough was enough and headed off into the trees there. So we might pick him up a little bit later on, but we'll go and retrieve these two foxes and then head off to the next side.
This one lives to fight another day, so we return to pick up the others.
Yep, there he is. That's definitely the same couple. That's definitely the dog fox out of the pair that we called in the other day. It's actually quite sad. It was quite pretty watching those the other morning, but no, at least we've accounted for those two. And as I say, there's another one that was just coming into this field, so hopefully we'll come back a little bit later after we've done the rest of the estate, and we might catch up with that one again. David was saying that one was looking a bit itchy, so it might have a touch of mange, so it'd be nice to get that one as well.
Back in the Argo, which is becoming more arg than go as we hit the bumps and turn on a sixpence. It's not long before we flick the lamp across some more eyes, which are skylined. The fox runs downhill, but with a mouth call and the night vision, Darren bags another.
Yeah.
Then another.
Hey. Got it. It's just down. Here it comes. He was just heading off back as Darren got ready for the shot, just squeaked him and he turned and Darren got the shot off. As the shot went off, I was scanning with a thermal and another one came out of the bushes and went to the right, and we were able to start squeaking him, and he came up, and we had a fantastic response from him. So that's number 4 for the evening, and we've still got quite a bit to do, so we're going to head back, make our way back a little bit because we've missed a bit of the ground coming to get these, and we're going to get the electronic call out and see what we can do there.
Roy's turn. The camera picks up eyes in the field margin and undergrowth. It's hard work. We have a Fox Pro in the field with a rat distress call. Roy throws in a mouth call as well. After 15 minutes, Roy finally gets enough fox in vision to take the shot. It's number 5.
They were not wanting to play, and then all of a sudden that one decided break cover. It had been mooching around in here for a good 20 minutes or so, and then couldn't resist it anymore. We turned over to the silver fox and he finally came out, and came out into the middle of the field, and then started to trot back off. Managed to stop him, shot that one, and there was another one just on the far side, but that really won't come out and play. So at least we got one of those two, and we'll head off into the main piece of the park now, and hopefully we'll find a few more.
Jim hangs the call in the tree. Darren is behind the rifle on this one, but the angle is an issue, so Roy takes the one in front. A second, hightails it left.
It stopped again.
We really are racking up the numbers.
It's just very strange at the moment that everything that we're getting is coming in pairs. So they're obviously been hard at it still, but they're still very keen, so it's all working out at the moment.
The last field gives us a nice round number, fox number 8. We were all concentrating on what was in front, but David, spinning around with the NV camera, spots this one behind us.
Well, that certainly wasn't a bad night. We ended up with 8, and there was still a few more running around. It was strange actually. We were commenting that there weren't a lot of rabbits about, and it's not surprising with the amount of foxes that we found on here tonight. And again, I think there's probably another maybe half a dozen, maybe more, and I'm sure if we come back within a week or two, there'll be other foxes moving in again. You know, as I said the other day, it's always the same with an area like this. You've always got a good supply or a good influx of foxes coming through. One, because of the railway line, and 2, because we're surrounded by a few small villages and towns, and so the foxes are always pushing out. So again, you really have got to keep on top of it and keep shooting. So yeah, no, as I say, very good night. Darren shot well tonight, and I think it's about time to go back home, get a cup of tea and off to bed.
It's been a successful night with some wonderful through-the-scope footage. We've had a serious level of kit with us tonight, and a combination of NV through-the-scope, the thermal, the lamp plus night vision camera means that even if our carriage was a bit cramped, it was a very efficient way to go foxing.